Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome to episode 92 of Direwolf20's Let's Play series. I'm messing around with some dark zirconium bricks. These things are pretty fancy. I've always kind of liked the contrast of a light and dark color on the flooring versus like the building, so I'm trying this out. I'm trying to make this thing look a little bit fancier. Let's see, we'll put all this stuff in here and then we will... Oh, right. Let's do this again. Boy, I already missed 1.5, let me tell you. And we'll put these guys in here. There we go. Let's pop back upstairs. Hello, new base. Oh, I like this place, it's cool. So you can see I've just been already messing around with it a little bit, and I kind of like the way it looks. Doesn't it look nice? Yeah, dark zirconium on the floor, marble on the sides. Fancy. You know, I'm not terribly good at making things look nice, but I think this looks pretty good. Not bad at all. So let's pop downstairs. Now, obviously, I told you guys I have a lot of cool ideas for this upstairs area. I have a couple things I want to do. Like, first off, I don't like constantly using my right side to get back and forth up there, so I do want to add a button control to this thing that will get me back up there. So I'll probably just place a button here that'll allow me to walk back up to my main base, so I don't have to keep using ender pearls to get up there. However, I'll hang on to the right side so that anytime I'm out in the world or doing whatever and I want to get back up to the base quickly, I can, provided I have a few ender pearls on me. So let's see, I've got a wireless receiver here. How about a transmitter? Make one of these for me, would you? Awesome crafting system. There we go. Oh, I love that so much. All right, let's head upstairs and figure this out. So one of the things I wanted to do, like I said, was to have like a big way to travel around, like all kinds of different places. And that's something I'm going to work on this episode a little bit. Between Mistcraft and... Ooh, you guys got changed? Yeah, I'll change it later. All right, let's set this up here to frequency... We'll set this to the receiver. I don't know. What do we got? 5? Sure. Sky Fortress. Cool. That should work. So that now, when I hit the button, I go down. Now let's work out behind here. I got some stuff going on already back here, don't I? Let's grab you. Hook that back up. So this right here is where my portal is, isn't it? Yeah, just to the right of this guy. So we're going to want to actually clear this out a little bit. And can I actually shoot? Unable to communicate. Oh, right. Alright, come here, you. Not using that right now, anyway. Let's grab just a little bit more cabling so I can wire this up a little better. That looks nice, right? There we go. Now that's all hooked back up. We can put our, let's say, transmitter here. Rotate this guy. We'll set him to frequency 5. And then we just need a little bit of the red alloy wiring. That ought to do. Just a button now. So if I set this up right, I should be able to get out and back in. Ta-da! Hooray! That worked perfectly. Now this guy, what you doing? Did I set up an infinite loop back there? I might have. Yeah, frequency 1 might be powering back there. Let's see, I bet I know what's happening here. This is supposed to close after a second or two, but it's not. So I'm guessing we're keeping this guy active? Yeah. Alright, we can fix that. I wonder if redstone has any effect on this. Let's see. Alright, so if I did this right this time, and close. Perfect. Alright, Works for me. So now I have an easy way to get back up and down, to my Sky Fortress if I need to from my main base. And this will make it a lot easier for me to pop down, grab whatever resources I need, and then pop right back up. If I really want to be fancy, I can make this pressure plate controlled down here, but I don't think I want that because, basically I want to be sure that I want to go up here. There might be other places I want to go. So for now, that works pretty well. Now, the other thing I'd like to do is just have multiple destinations. And look, it's dark out, but I've got light everywhere. So cool. All right, I'm just pleased with that design. So let's see. How do we want to get around with both Mistcraft and portals? Well, what I'm thinking is I could have like a Mistcraft, maybe portal right here that opens up based on the inputs over here. So I'm going to want to be able to tell it exactly where I want to go. So I've got several Mistcraft ages. I have the Nether, I've got the End, those of course being vanilla ages, they're not Mistcraft ages, but I've also got the mining age, I've got the exploration age, I've got the mob spawners age. Who knows, there might be other ages coming up in the future. We don't know. But I want to be able to easily travel from one position to the next using some kind of control area up here. So that's what I want to work on this episode. And I'll be right back once I have all the stuff I need. Alright guys, let's say that I wanted to go visit my Mob Spawners age. Hello Mob Spawners age. And I'm going to create a linking book right here to the entrance. Cool? Looking good. Alright, now that I've got a linking book that links to the mob spawning age, I'm going to head back up to my nifty little place in the sky and show you guys all about the crystal portals we can play with. Now these guys are so cool. Crystal portals, as you can see here, I've got some crystals. Now you guys have seen me mess with these in the past, right? I'm sure. Let's clear out some area here. That looks good. Now what I'm going to do is fill up and create a portal. Now the cool thing about crystal portals is you can really make them almost any shape or size that you want. I'm going to go with a nice portal like that. Looking sharp, so I can just zip right through whenever I need. Now, because I don't want to walk through the portal, hey, you come back here, Mob Spawner's Age. Be careful; these things do sometimes bounce out of the inventory. Just a little bit wonky. I think it's inventory tweaks that causes that. Perfect. Now, how to get these portals to actually do something is another trick. We're going to need to create a book receptacle, like that. Alright, now this thing gets attached somewhere. I'm going to hook it up in the back here, right here. Okay. Now, the way to make this portal activate is to place any kind of book in there, be it a linking book or descriptive book. Boom. And watch what happens when I step through. You ready? Ta-da! That's the destination. Now, what we want to come up with is a nifty way to automate that navigational point. So, let's see. I've got my Eye of Ender here. Got a few more ender pearls. I need to get some more of those things. Okay, so that's all set up and working. Let's get outside, cover that hole back up. So, what can we come up with to, handle this? Well, there's a couple ideas that I've got. The simplest and most basic is to place a turtle here, but we're going to want to be able to choose many different destinations, And the problem with turtles is they kind of have a smallish inventory. They've only got about 16 blocks that they can, place. So if I want to be able to have more than 16 destinations, which at this point I don't really need, but I might need it in the future, let's see if we can come up with an interesting way to handle this problem. All right, let's make a deceptively simple and compact form of traveling through portals here. So here's what I've got in mind, all right? The best way to handle this is with a turtle, believe it or not. Now what I'm going to do is place the turtle right here. And the simple basic internal turtle commands of turtle.suck, and in this case I'm sucking up because the inventory it's pulling out from is above it, can pull the book out. And you'll note now that because the book has been removed, we can see that the portal's closed. Cool. We'll peek through there. Now if I do turtle.drop up, it's going to go ahead and activate the portal. Excellent. So that's how we want to handle turning on and off the portal is by just placing the book in there, pulling it out and placing it in, nice and easy. But like I said, we've only got 16 inventory slots here, and at this point I don't really have 16 different ages, but I want this to be as expandable of a design as possible, and that's what I like to do, is make sure that all my designs can be expanded. So in the end you could have, like, 100 different link books if you wanted to. And the way I'm going to handle that is by using a nifty little contraption called the inventory module. You guys have seen me mess with this in the past, right? So we just need something along these lines. Interactive sorter. And the eyes of Ender with gold ingots. There we go. Inventory module. Now that's going to go on our friend the turtle. And why would I possibly do that? Well, did I lose my book? I think I lost my book. Let's go get it. It may have died. Oh well, I'll go get another one in a minute. The reason I want to do this, and you'll find out pretty quickly, is that Eye of Ender is just too cool. I want to be able to pull from an inventory and be very specific about what I'm pulling. So I've got the iron chest here. I'm going to place the inventory turtle now. Okay, and then I'm going to place my chest here. And just to demonstrate this, I'm going to have a piece of dirt in the first slot, a piece of cobblestone in the second, and a piece of marble in the third. Now, let's pretend these are different link books, okay? Let's show you guys how we can use the inventory module. Okay? So all we got to do is use this peripheral and specify exactly which item we want, and it's kind of important to do this as well. You want to specify how many items to pull out, even though you're only pulling one. So let's do suck down, and I want to pull out from inventory slot 1, which happens to be the cobblestone. This is 0, 1, 2. Okay, so we're going to do inventory slot 1, and we want to pull one piece of cobble out. It's going to be successful, true, and it grabbed the cobble. So with the inventory module, you can specify exactly which slot to mess with. Now, if I want, I can drop down 1, 1, and it should place that in slot number 1 down there. Okay. Now, if I want to pull out the marble, it's as easy as sucking out slot number 2. Boom, got the marble. And if I want to drop down, it's again easy, slot number 2. Perfect. Now, if you're really being fancy about it, right, you can, just go ahead and drop down. It should land in the right spot, but I think it's a good idea to go ahead and specify exactly where to put it. Now, if this were a book, it would be as easy as placing it in inventory above. We're probably going to have it just wait a few seconds and then put it back down into the chest. So this way we can have a chest full of linking books that all go to cool different places, and we'll have the turtle there taking them in and out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go grab a few linking books. So you can see I've already got a few in my inventory here. Let's head over to like the end and the nether. Let's see. So here we go. Nether slot. Boom. I'm going to create a link book here. Cool. Same deal for the end. And another link book. Perfect. Okay. Now these guys, of course, all head back to my main house. I'm debating if I want to have link books in each of these ages. I lost my mob spawner book, so let's go ahead and make one of them. And then back, and let's make one for the mining age. Should be easy enough. Ta-da! I'll face the way out again. Beautiful. So now that I've got all this cool stuff, let's go back upstairs and check it out. So what I'm going to want to do here is place these books all in the inventory right here. So we'll do the nether in the end, and then the mob spawners in the mining age. So if I want to, for example, go visit the mob spawners age, that is book number 2, 0, 1, 2. So we just do suck down 2, and then drop up. Ta-da! And we should now be going to the mob spawners age. Oh, that is cool. I love it. Alright, so let me write a touch of code here, because you don't like to see code on camera, I know. So I'm not going to do too much of that as usual, but I'll definitely paste in the code for you guys when I'm done. And it's going to be real simple. It's just going to be a matter of, choosing which book to go with and all that cool stuff. So let's do that right now. Alright, so this is a simple enough program. I just tell it which book number or which inventory number to pull from, 0, 1, 2, 3. And when I run the program, it should pop the book in the portal for about 5 seconds. So I just do portal 3, and it should grab from the third inventory slot, 0, 1, 2, 3. It waits 5 seconds, and then it closes the portal again and puts the book right back where it got it. And of course, if I want to do portal 1, it should do the same thing. Cool, right? Very. So that's the basic way that this thing's going to work. Now I want to expand this a little bit more. I am a big fan of touchscreens, as you guys know, and I'm thinking I would like to have a little bit of a touchscreen going on. So let's see what we can do. So guys, I've got a nifty little monitor right here, and I've been doing a little bit of coding between last sequence and this one. It isn't fully working yet, but I've got it to the point right now where I can choose Mistcraft Portal or Portal Spawner Portal, and by doing so will give me another new menu. So I can click on Mistcraft Portal here, and you can see we get a brand new menu. Choose the dimension. Now these buttons don't actually do anything yet. That's coming up next. Alright guys, let's take a look. I've got a program running called Portals. And when I right click on Mistcraft Portal, it gives me a list of destinations. I can choose the Nether, the End, the mob spawners, or the mining age. And if I click on that, it'll light the button up green for about 5 seconds as long as the portal's open. And after those 5 seconds, both the main menu will come back up and the portal will close. So I can choose my Mistcraft Portal and decide to go to the Nether. Ta-da! Pretty cool, right? I'll go ahead and paste in the code in a bit when I'm done with it all, but the basic gist is I'm sending information from the main computer here using wireless RedNet, and the turtle's receiving it over here. And based on the information I send him, he chooses which inventory slot to pull out. So he's basically always pulling out of an inventory slot. All I do is tell him which one to pull from. Pretty simple, I think. So that is step one. Pretty neat, right? Now, let's go ahead and mess around with the portal spawner options. Alright, so let's give this a try for the portal piece, right? What I'm going to do is connect the portal wiring that I've got here up to the computer. And you can see I moved the transmitter, the wireless transmitter, to the back. And remember I showed you guys during the mob spawner stuff that that transmitter can act as a peripheral on the computer. So I should be able to easily write some computer craft code right now that will both interact with the peripheral on the back and activate the red alloy wire, causing it to open up the portal. Good plan? I think so. Let's give it a shot. Alright, so one thing about my portal spawner, which I'm tweaking right now, is the fact that it's the red and yellow one that leads to this little house right here. So the main question I have for myself at this point is, do we want to dismantle this travel, or do we want to just add to it? I'm thinking add to it for now. We'll just leave it there. It's a nice little travel system. So all I'm going to do for this is really simple. You ready? Let's go ahead and just move the wireless receiver. We're going to hook up this thing, and we're going to finally also have this thing right here. That ought to do. Nice, right? And then we'll rotate this. And we'll set it back to frequency 3, which is what it was at before. And close the flooring back up. So this pressure plate should still work. Okay, but now I can place another portal right here. So let's go get one. I know I've got one ready and available for me. So it's going to want to be the orange portal. So let's just grab this guy. We'll make this orange. Yes, orange. Okay, cool. So let's give this a try. What do you say? Ta-da! Alright, so I modified my program here, Portal Spawner, and you can see now I have the option to travel to my main house, which I can click right there, and again, same thing. The button stays lit up, and the portal's open for about 5 seconds, and then it closes behind me. Awesome. Now, if I want, I can still use the Mistcraft portals, travel to the end. Nice. Or I can travel to the villages. So everything is pretty much done here. Cool, right? That's awesome. Now getting back is no mean feat. What I could do is... Ooh, I have an idea. That might not be a bad idea at all. Let's do this. I'll be right back. So what I'll do then is, you know, this is optional. I kind of like the idea, though, is being able to travel back and forth directly to the overbase here. Let's see, I could switch this guy to frequency 3. Okay, so now we've got a receiver on frequency 3 here as well, so that if we do use Portal Spawner to villages... Oh boy, how did that happen? That's not at all what I expected to see. That was weird. Let's try that again. Villagers. Okay. There we go. Just got to be careful how you go through, because it's easy enough to travel back to here. But now, when we're over on this side, we should be able to step on this portal and wind up back in our nice little, you know, sky fortress. How cool is that? So now we've got awesome little computer here to control destinations. Travel to the nether? No problem. Head back to the overworld. And then of course from here this button setup still works. And then if we want to travel over and see our villagers, you got it. Now of course there's a few other portals we might want to set up. A couple different destinations, we'll see. But for now, I think that's a good starting point. And of course, adding to the program and everything is pretty straightforward. I'll paste bin it for you in a bit once I'm sure everything's nice and stable. Now there's only one more thing I want to do here. I've got some overworld linking books I just made because I'd like to travel to all my different ages. Oh, you know what? I need a back button or something here for when I click the wrong button like I just did. We'll see. Anyway, I'm going to go travel to all my ages. So let's head to the nether first. This is going to be my new central base of operations. So I'm going to swap out my overworld book here. Or maybe I'll just put a new one. Yeah, I think a new one might be a good idea. So we'll get 4 more of these guys. We'll put this overworld linking book in the corner. Sound like a plan? So that if I want to travel back to... Ta-da! Awesome, right? So, options. I love it. Alright, Mistcraft portal to the end. I'll be back in a minute, guys. Alright, now that we've got this travel system down pat, I'd like to work on some of the defensive and offensive stuff that I want to have in this sanctuary, because it's supposed to protect me from a couple things, mostly the Endermen. So let's head back to our main base, and I want to show you guys the concept build, and it's not going to be completely done this episode. It's probably going to take most of next episode to build, but I have a very interesting and different tool to use in the fight against the Endermen. What is it? Water. So guys, I'm making a pump. You guys remember in the episode where I worked on the UFO for the end, and I built a nifty little pump that could basically create as much water as I could possibly want. Now that system was all right in that it made a big mess of water, but I've come up with a slightly improved design. So what I'd like to do here is have a pump set up, somewhere in here. And we're of course going to need some power and everything, but I want to make sure it's well hidden. So what I'd really like to do is have like a nifty little piston design. Let's see. What can I come up with? Because I do like pistons, believe it or not. I know they're like, all vanilla and stuff, but pistons are cool. I just like them. Let's do this. Slime. And piston. 2 of them, that should suffice, maybe? I guess we'll see. Let's see if we can figure this out. I've got some levers and stuff. Man, this floor is so dark it's kind of impossible to see where the hole is. Alright, so what we're going to want is the following. I'm thinking if we have this thing here, we rotate these guys. Wow, it's dark down here. There we go, much better. And where's my levers? Okay. So what we could have then is the following. Cool. Now the floor appears to be perfectly normal, but it's of course not. Okay, what I want to be able to do then is the following, something like this. If I pull this down, and then we did this, let's put right here a piston like so. Cool. And what we could do then is, let's see, I can push it up, and then it looks like a normal floor, but I could pull it down and then pull it back, and now the floor is open. Ooh, very tricky. Now, right here, I could have the grate. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So that underneath this area here, everything looks nice and innocuous, but, it's really all kinds of trouble. Now, where'd my pipes go? I know I had more of them. Must have left them back at the main base. But anyway, that's the plan, right? So we can, have this thing all hidden, but when the right redstone signals are applied, we do this, and then like a split second later, we close this one. I broke the thing for it. Let's see. Like that. And then in here, everything looks normal. But then, if we do this, and then this, ta-da! Now we're seeing the grate, which means this thing can pour water in and start filling this room with water. Now I do have a plan on how to remove the water from the room, but we'll deal with that probably in a bit. Come on, main house, open up. Cool. Let's grab the pipes. I know I had some. I must have put them away. All right, let's see, guys. What do we got here? Some cool stuff, I hope. So let's see if I can wire everything up with red alloy wire to do everything in one shot. So I've got this guy needs to be activated, and this guy over here needs to be activated. All right, so let's see if my redstone wiring skills are up to snuff. I think I can pull this off. Let's see. I need to get this thing to go first, right? So push in, push up, and then pull down, pull out. That's the plan. So let's try this. We're going to want to activate this thing first, and then we've got a repeater. Let's do this. We're probably going to want to cover this thing up too. So we can repeater this like so. And where's my screwdriver? That'll do. Okay, so that should, when the redstone signal comes into here, do that. Now my problem is that we're going to retract this guy first. See, he's retracting first, he's not pulling this thing back out, so that's not what I want. So what we want to do is actually keep this thing on a few seconds longer. So let's loop around here. Hoping to keep this compact, but this thing being here is a little bit in my way. Let's see. I can pull this off, I'm sure. Yeah, he's just really in my way right there. Let's move this thing and put him up here. That'll do. And let's rotate it so that the back is here. Cool. Then what I want to do is the following. All right, now just out of curiosity, I wonder if this is going to work. If I put this here, put this guy here, rotate him a little bit, put this here, and I've got a cover strip there to protect it from connecting with this alloy wire. Let's see what happens. So now what should happen is we should pulse here. It'll activate this guy first, have a split-second delay, and then activate this one. Okay, this will stay on. Now when this gets cut off, okay, there'll be a split-second delay before this pulls down, but then it's going to hit this repeater and delay again before it releases this piston. But since the wires are separated by the strip, goes up. Ah, so close. Let's extend this delay once more. There we go. Now we're talking. Look at that. That is cool, right? All right, so let's try this from the inside and see what it looks like. So we're going to need this lever to stay on pretty much all the time. For now, I'm just going to run this all the way around the outer edge here. I'll probably fancy this up in a minute. Let's actually just do that. There we go. Come up here. And just so I know where to put the lever, now we're talking. So lever goes here. So we've got a floor with a hole in it, right? But when the lever, the redstone lever, is applied, notice that it's just a nice floor. Can't tell anything is there. But then release the pistons and hey there. How's it going? That's cool. All right, let's shift this into grass mode. Boom. How cool is that? If I really wanted to, I could probably use the dark zicorodite here. Might even be nicer looking. Yeah, except I didn't want to do that, did I? Teach me to build with cobble. Close up now. There we go. There we go. All right, I'm going to get a little bit more of that black Cycorodite, pretty it up, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, looks like we've unfortunately hit the wrapping up point for the episode, but I'm pretty pleased with my progress. So, my, awesome little area up here has a couple things added to it. Number one, we've got the portal spawners, which travel back and forth to different portals across the world. I might add a few more in the future. And then I've also got the Mistcraft portals, which allow me to travel to any of my Mistcraft dimensions. So I've got a way out of this place if things get hairy. I've also set up a kind of, starting point for what's going to be a water flooding system. Now, I'm going to want to be able to activate, probably using a computer touchscreen again, because I just love messing with those things. But I might use levers. We'll see. I might activate a system here. Maybe I'll leave it up to a vote. You guys let me know what you think. Tell me if you like the touchscreens or the lever system. I think it just is really cool to use touchscreens. So I guess we'll see, right? But what I'm going to do is activate the levers, open up the hole in the floor, and then we'll allow water to flow in here, and it'll fill this room up. But then I have a cool solution on how I'm going to clear the room of water when I'm done with it. So I want to make sure that, I don't flood things and leave it a mess, because, frankly, water leaves a giant mess. But don't worry, I've got a lot of other stuff planned. So I've got, maybe a few more other offensive and defensive weapons in mind. And then, of course, I need some shielding. So I'm going to get some MFFS shields going on. All right, guys, Direwolf20 signing off. Hope you're enjoying the builds with the Sky Fortress. I'm pretty pleased with it. I think it looks cool, and it's going to be a lot of fun. All right, take it easy, everyone.